Hey guys, what is up? It is Dangeles, and welcome back to part number 4 of our HGTV 2015 Dream Home Giveaway Let's Build. Woo, that's a mouthful. Or we could just call it the beach house, you know, to save my breath. But anyway, guys, welcome back. Last episode, we left off by, we were working on the back here. We kind of closed off the back, so, you know, from this angle, the house is relatively closed off. And I actually went ahead in between episodes and kind of filled in the patio like I said I would. It's not 100% done. I'm still going to add a little bit more detail to this. But it's getting there. So that's going to be, you know, looking pretty good. So for today's episode, guys, I want to work on a few things. I want to work on this side of the building. Just work towards closing off the exterior. Work on the garage side. And then if I have time, I would like to also work on the master patio side of the house. So we're going to do that. But before we do any of that stuff, guys, I'm going to go ahead and get some stone slabs. And I'm actually just going to go ahead and fill in this layer up here that we have our little balcony up here. So, I mean, obviously it's not actually an accessible balcony, but I'm still going to add my layer up here just to close it off. So I'm using some stone slabs, upside down slabs, to fill this in. So welcome back, everybody. Thanks for tuning in to part 4 of the Let's Build. Again, I appreciate the support you guys have given the first 3 episodes. And the many of you who have sent me pictures on Twitter of you building along, so that means a lot to me. I like when people build along, but they actually like work ahead and they kind of finish it, like they finish the house, and it's interesting to see like how like their thought process is different from mine in terms of how I would finish it and stuff like that. So it's pretty cool to see that. So I want to thank you guys. But anyway, we got a lot of stuff to work on for this episode, so we just got to jump right into it. I want to get this kind of filled in, though. This is something that has been bugging me. I need to get it filled in and just get it out of the way. So we'll get this filled in. We got to work on some of the logistics of the interior as well. That probably won't come until next episode, but, you know, that is something we need to work on. Thinking about double stacking the walls so we have a different wall color in the interior and the exterior. I think I'm going to do that. I'm not 100% confirmed, but that's been something I've been doing on my houses for ever since the Alpine Mansion, pretty much, and it's something I really can't not do now because it just makes the house look so much more detailed and looking like more realistic. So definitely going to try to double stack the walls if I have the space. Again, this isn't a huge house, so it might be a little bit of a challenge, but challenge accepted. So anyway, we have that filled in, so we have kind of our layers up there now, which is great. So we have that all squared away. So now we have to work on the garage side, so let's just jump right into it. I'm going to go ahead and grab some wood. We just need some full blocks of oak wood planks. And I'm just going to start to fill this in. So one thing I did realize I want to do is actually I want to take this out 4 blocks from this wall instead of just 3. So just going to slightly modify the floor plan here, just like this. Let me just go ahead and replace that block I just broke. Yeah, just slightly modify the floor plan a little bit. Take it out just 1 extra block so we have just a little bit more space. It's going to be a little bit more beneficial later. So you guys will kind of understand what I'm going at when I do this in just a second. But I'm just going to start by filling this all in with the wood, just getting this all squared away, and we can go from there. So let's just do this, guys. All right, so we're going to get this all broken here. All right, so on this wall, I'm going to add 2 doors, right? So we're going to have 1 door on each side, and this is just going to be kind of like a little exit to a little patio. So each bedroom has its own patio, which is something I love about this house. Like, that's just really cool. Lots of places to lounge. This is a total beach house, vacation house kind of thing. So the lounge spots are all over the place. But let's just go ahead and get started by adding a perimeter of wood here just to start. And we're going to just fill this in a couple of blocks here on each side. Like that and like that. So now what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to go ahead and grab some pillared quartz. And let's see here. So I want to line it up with the green, with the shutter on the other side. So we have this shutter here running across. And I'm going to line up the pillared quartz with that. Same thing on this side, so right here. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4 blocks here, and then 1, 2, 3, 4 blocks there. We're going to include this as the 4th. That's fine. It doesn't have to be perfectly symmetrical, and it's not, but it's totally okay. So we got to take that up there, have this run across. And these are going to be very similar to the French doors that we did on the back porch. So I'll go just kind of refresh your memory on those in just a sec once I have one built here. So let me also grab some other stuff I'm going to need, like beacons and even some, what are those? What am I looking for here? Aha, cobblestone walls. Okay. So we're going to take out these pillared quartz, or just like the regular quartz blocks out a little bit, put the sandstone trim around it, not sandstone, that is not a thing. And then we're going to go ahead and fill this last little line of oak wood there. So there's our French doors, guys. I'm going to quickly add my little beacon lantern things here just to add a little bit more color to the place and give it a chance to light itself up. Obviously, let me go ahead and grab some quartz stairs. We're going to run these to right here. Stop, jump 4 blocks, and then run them again. And then I'm going to, of course, put the slabs here just so there's a little sliver of wood. And again, just like we did right over here, the exact same design pretty much. So that's how that's looking, everybody. Same exact thing. We're doing that on this side. So we got one down. So let's go ahead and do the second one real quick. So we're going to go ahead and take this up and run it across. Exact same design. No changes at all. This is like perfect symmetry on this house, which, of course, you know, gotta appreciate that perfect symmetry on houses sometimes. So we're going to fill this in, 4 blocks in. Then we can take this up, wrong block. We can take this up to here and run this across like that. Take this up to here. We can break these 2 blocks, put 4 blocks of quartz, run the slabs around, and then we're going to place our doors here. I like to place the doors on the inside so they open outward if you're on the interior. You know, I just like how that works. So there we go. We have that, and then obviously we're gonna have to go ahead and fill in. Let's place our slabs first. We'll place our slabs. We'll place our lanterns, because we're not gonna need those anymore after this. Okay, so place those there. All right, let's scrap the inventory. Let's go ahead and get some of this stairs out. We're gonna run these through. So there we go, guys. We have both sides of these French doors for the bedrooms on this side of the house squared away. So let's go ahead and work on the actual garage part now. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take up a pillared quartz block and take it up all the way. Same thing on this side, just exactly the same. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and get some wood out like we have. Trying to just fill this up and we can take it across. Just take it all the way down. And what I want to do is just kind of take these stairs and just pretty much wrap them around. That's like pretty much all I want to do. Just continue this design. It really runs all the way around the house with this stair design. Not 100% the way it is on the real house. In fact, I might actually make it a little bit like that just so it's a little bit more curved off. Looks a little bit better in my opinion. So we'll do that. And I want to break these blocks even though it probably doesn't matter. They're going to get covered up anyway, but we'll break them. All right, so basically with this design now, we have our spruce wood. And we want to just run this up. And what I'm going to do for this, haven't 100% decided whether I want to have the spruce wood be like this and have kind of like a white trim on it like we did on the front here. I haven't decided. I might do one on each side and just see how it goes. So we'll do that. So I'm going to alternate, and I should probably put these right next to each other in inventory just to save time. So I'm basically just going to be alternating back and forth from quartz to spruce wood with these stairs. Have this run all the way up. And if I did this correctly with this roofing, we should get an odd number at the top, which allows us to have a slab lining. So we have this. We have a slab lining right here, so we want the exact same thing with this. So that's definitely a goal we're going to be going for here. So as we start to get closer and closer to the top here, I can, you know, start to think about connecting these. And looks like I did exactly what I wanted to do. And I have a odd number at the top, so now we can put a slab on the top there to kind of peak this off. So that's perfect. That's exactly what I was going for. So I'm going to fill in this a little bit with some wood. Just kind of take this across like we never stop. And just kind of fill this in just a tad so we have this squared away. We can figure that out later. I guess squared away is my new you know, phrase that I'm using on these Let's Builds. I've said that like 5 times already this episode, I just realized. So apparently that's the new thing. So that's a thing. All right, so just get this filled in just a little bit. It doesn't have to be like all the way because it's going to get covered up anyway. So it doesn't really matter because there's going to be stairs coming across right here, going all the way down. And the stairs are pretty much just going to run through here. So, you know, just kind of show you guys what I mean. Like that. And that just runs all the way up through here and connects. And that's pretty much how this is going to work. So we'll just kind of fill this in for now. Give you guys an idea of what this is going to look like. For the other side, I'll probably cut the video and just fill in the stairs because it is a little bit of a grind getting all these stairs filled in. And also the stairs on the roof as well. So I'll get those filled in for you guys. And then I'll come right back after I finish this. So let's go ahead and just get this last little piece right here. We're going to get that filled in. All right, so let me just get this also filled in right here, this wood, just so I have an idea of what this is going to look like. All right, so there we go. So we have a little bit of wood fly away for a little bit, and that's kind of what this is going to look like on the side. And again, I have to decide whether I want like full quartz lining here or do I want the quartz underneath with the wood. Because on this side over here, wait, did I do it on this side? Okay, maybe I didn't. Maybe I never did this at all. Maybe this was a completely new design. All right, well, I'll try both off camera, and then I'll come back to you guys with my decision. So, what I'm gonna do right now, just cut the video. I'm gonna fill in the roof up here. Just fill this whole thing in. Just get this all squared away. I guess you guys don't want to watch me fill in roofs, so I'm gonna do that right now, guys. Don't go anywhere. All right, guys, I am back. Went ahead and filled in the roof, and I actually decided to change the lining here of quartz. You know, just make it full quartz to match this. I think it looks a little bit better from a distance. So with all that being filled in, especially over here as well, we're ready to continue. So we have the garage right here, and this is like where it's going to be. So we got to kind of figure out how we're going to do this. So I'm going to get out the blocks that I need, of course, and we're going to kind of see what I can come up with here. So that should be pretty good. We're going to probably need a few more blocks, probably like some green wool and as well. But that should be good for now. So basically all I wanted to start with is just kind of, you know, just fill this in, take it down. Just kind of fill it around at this door. So we're gonna spruce up this door and make it way fancier than it should be. And here's how we're gonna do this, guys. So I'm gonna place the door there, and then I'm probably gonna go ahead and place an upside down quartz there above that because I tend to do that often. And then I'll probably just go glass and then pillared quartz, and I might even, you know, have to go super try hard here and place the pillared quartz like that. I always like when they're sticking out like that. I don't know, that's just something I've always liked. So we have that there. That's going to be our garage door entrance if you're trying to get to the inside of the garage from the outside over here. That is the solution to that problem. So now we have this, right? And we have a 5-block opening here, and that's where the garage door is going to be. So I'm going to make a lining of quartz kind of wrapping around this garage door here. And this is going to go all the way up. I'll probably have it go one away and make it, that should be, what, 4 blocks tall there. So 4x5 garage door, that seems about right dimensionally. So we're going to take this across, just kind of fill this all in. And we can take this down as well. We're going to have a window right here, so I think right there, because if I think correctly, the floor will be here in this room since this is connected from this side. Yes, so yeah, the window would be there, and that would be a perfect spot for that. So yeah, we'll have a window there. I'm not sure what I want to do with this window. I might just kind of put like a stair above it. Nah, that's too bulky. Maybe below it. Again, 1x1 windows are like something that you don't really need to give a lot of effort to, so that seems okay. That's fine. I have no problem with that. I might even make it 2 blocks tall, so it kind of like lines up with the other side more or less. And what I mean by that is lining up with... I did not do that right at all. Let me go back on the inside here. There we go. That's such a pain in the butt. Okay, so it lines up with this. So we have like this block lining up with that block. So again, it might not be exactly the way it looks on the actual house, but you know, certain things you got to change to make them look better in Minecraft. So that looks a little bit more symmetrical to me anyway, so I like that. I'm also going to grab some cobblestone walls and some beacons so we can make more of those beacon lanterns. So we're going to place that. I'm going to go right there and right there. That should be good. It lines up with these as well. So we're trying to make everything symmetrical. So that lines up on the same level as those lanterns. That's perfect. So now the big kahuna here. We're going to fill in the garage door here. So let's get this all filled in. And of course, the garage is made out of a green wood, like a green colored wood on the real house. That is something we do not have here on Xbox or on any Minecraft, unless you're using some crazy mod. There is no green wood. So we're going to use some green wool instead. We'll just switch out that D for an L, and we are not doing CLD right now. That was weird. Weird reference. So there we go. Something like that. Not perfect. It could be better. Could be worse, though. Let me see here. This is a 5-block wide, so I can put a little trip bar hook there as a little lift gate thing for the garage. I don't know. Like, I don't hate it. I don't know if, like, I'm wondering if maybe it'll look better if I do something like this. Fill it in like that. That might look a little bit better for this style of build. Or maybe I'll just completely scrap the idea of having... green, like I'll just do my own thing here because, you know, green wool doesn't really work for a garage door as much as I think it would in, like, you know, the real life version of it. So what if I did something like that, kind of just add a little trim on it? That does look a lot better. So maybe I will go with that. That seems like a pretty decent enough solution. So one thing I wanted to do was actually go ahead and grab some more pillared quartz, place these right here, and just kind of come back out here, break those, and just make those into like those sideways blocks on that corner there. Yeah, that looks a lot better. Alright, so we have the garage, guys, and that's pretty much how I want it. Looks pretty good. You know, we have our entrance to the garage, and then we have our 2 patios on the side. So, speaking of those patios, let's kind of work on those a little bit. I'm going to take some stone slabs out, maybe 3 blocks, and kind of run them across. And these are going to be the perimeters for our patios we're going to have for each one of these bedrooms. So they're going to connect across from this pillared quartz here as well. So kind of like from one pillared quartz to the other. Same exact thing on this side. We're looking for symmetry here. So let's kind of fill this in. And of course, just like I did for the back patio, all the patios will be filled in off camera. You don't have to worry about that. You guys can feel free to do that at your own time. Again, it's just kind of filling it in. So we have that there. 2 patios, 1 on each side. So now let's focus on the driveway. And the driveway on the real life house is kind of like a gravel of some sort. And it kind of does look exactly like the gravel looks in the city texture pack. So we're kind of in luck. So we're going to go ahead and use it exactly the way it is in real life. And actually also I'm going to grab some cobblestone. We're going to make like a little cobblestone lining here, like right in front of the garage door. Just to add this. So we're going to have that there. And then I'm going to have the gravel run out. Oh, I don't know. Maybe 3 blocks here. Kind of fill it in. Put the door back where it is. And the gravel will run across right through here. Just kind of take this all the way down. This is where it starts to get like a little bit unsymmetrical and like, you know, on purpose. So we're going to take this out through here. And again, we want the exact same thing on this side. So we want like 2 blocks away of grass, 2 blocks away of grass. So we're going to have to figure out a way to connect this properly. I would say going like that is probably the best way to do it. Because it's like, you know, 2 blocks away, 2 blocks away. So that's perfect. That's going to be the curve of our driveway. And we can continue to curve this more and more as we go. As we kind of like curve this around to the front of the house, since it kind of like runs out towards the front. You know, we'll work on that at a later time. We're not ready to work on landscaping yet, but you kind of get the idea. And this whole thing is going to get filled in with gravel. So that's the plan for that. This grass right here, we're going to have a little bit of, well, we're going to have kind of like a mixture of things. Like we could have the dirt here. There's another possibility that I might want to use, and that could be some brown stained clay, since whenever you put a dirt down next to a grass block, it automatically turns back into grass, which is something I'm trying to avoid here. So I'm thinking about using brown stained clay potentially as a soil, kind of to line this patio here. And obviously it's not going to turn back into grass when I don't want it to. So that's a possibility. Again, I'm going to explore all options with this in between episodes to kind of figure out exactly what I want to do with that. But that's pretty good right there. I'm pretty happy with that. So that's all we're going to do for the garage on this episode, guys. Again, we'll revisit this area later on to kind of do landscaping on this house. So we'll get back to that in a few episodes. Who knows? I definitely want to do a landscaping episode one of these times. We're on episode 4 right now, so maybe that'll be episode 6 or 7, because I want to do the rest of this episode, obviously, and next episode are going to be dedicated towards finishing the exterior of the house. Episode 6, I would like to work on some interior design, and then episode 7 we could be doing some landscaping. So we'll do something like that, guys. Not everything is set in stone, but just kind of like forecasting what could happen. So there we go. We have a little bit of like those storm drains that I've added on like all the sides pretty much. And one thing I also did in between when I cut earlier was I actually extended this out 2 blocks, because I was like double checking the floor plan on the house, and I noticed that the master wing is actually slightly more extended outward from the base house than this side. So it also allowed me to make the patio a little bit larger. So basically all I did was I just kind of extended this out 2 extra blocks here. Gives me a little bit more space on the interior for the master bedroom. Gives the patio a little bit more space. It's a win-win. So anyway, working on this back here. The only thing I really want to do for this right now, because I think this is going to be where we're going to start up next episode. The only thing I want to do with this right now is just fill in this wall here. We're going to start with this. And we can go from there. This wall is going to be exactly the same thing that we did on the other side of the house, in terms of having like a French door and a little, you know, opening out to a patio. So basically the exact same thing on this side. So I'm just going to kind of fill it in a little bit like this, and we can just kind of fill in this design real quick before we skedaddle on out of here. So let's kind of just get this done. So obviously I got to have my 2x2 of regular quartz followed by the sandstone lining. Forgot to grab my doors and my glass. Gonna have to take that real quick. We're gonna put that there. We don't want 2 doors next to each other that have the same opening procedure. That would be bad. That would be weird. That'd be like what happened when TU12 came out, when all the doors got messed up on your old worlds. Danville, the doors will never be the same. All right, so let's fill this in with some glass there, and then last but not least, we gotta have our beacons. Okay, so I'm gonna put one right there probably. And then right there, and that should be pretty good. And then of course we have to take some of this and kind of fill this in real quick, and that's where we'll conclude. So what I want to do, well, first off, what I definitely need to do is take some wood, run this across right here. We're going to have to do that. Just so I have kind of like the backdrop to adding this little sliver of wood kind of sticking out from above the door. So same thing on this side, just kind of run that across. And then, of course, just like we have on the rest of the house, just fill in the roof. That's all we're going to do. So in between episodes, guys, I'm probably going to just fill this in. Well, you know what? Let's just get it done right now. That way I don't have to do it in between episodes. And next episode, guys, I'm going to come back at you guys, and we're going to finish up this area, close off the exterior, and then we can get started working on the interior next episode and go from there. So, again, this house is starting to come together pretty nicely. We're almost done with the exterior, starting to close this thing off. I love this house a lot. I see you. Seems like you guys do as well, and hopefully, you know, you guys continue to like it. So, I appreciate all the support you guys have given it. So, if you guys want to give a like to this video, you know, support the house, that would be great. This is looking great. Obviously, we're going to have that kind of hump up there. We're going to have that on this side as well, so it kind of like matches. So with that, guys, thank you very much for watching. I'll see you guys next episode for episode 5, where we'll continue to close off the exterior, work on the inside as well. But until then, guys, have a good day, and peace out.